Hi everybody, my name is Erin. Um, I wanted to talk to you, and I've never really spoke about this, but I feel like the word needs to get out that the time has come to share my testimony with everybody about how God and his healing powers and how he comes to save. So for 12 years I was in and out of hospitals, doctors, and going to jail due to a car accident that I had whenever I was 18 years old by a drunk driver. I got on pain medication because I had to be bandaged, and I was bandaged for almost a year, and I thought that I was useless. I thought that I couldn't use my hand. I thought that I couldn't really do anything. It was a devastating blow that just wreaked havoc on my life. It wreaked havoc on my mind, it wreaked havoc on my body, and it wreaked havoc on my spirit, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was taking so many pain medications to push down all of everything that was inside of me, all of this trauma that I had endured. And so I became so addicted to these pain medications that I would stop at nothing but to get them, and that they were my God. They were the only thing that I could reach for. They were the only thing that I could ever think about, to the point that if I didn't have them, that I was deathly sick. And then the thought of not having them would make me even sicker. So if I didn't have this medication, I would actually be curled up in a ball. I would be just rolling on the floor for hours until I got this medication in my body. And even if I were to try to detox to get off of them, the pain was so unbearable. My psychological well-being was at stake because I could not function. I didn't believe that I could function. I believed that that was the only thing that I had to survive, because I'd become so addicted to this. And it didn't matter what I had to go through to be able to get this medication. It didn't matter that in the process of getting this medication, therefore, I would date people that did not have my best interest. I remember that I was so distraught, and this natural progression, this natural inclination of this, that the doctors would just still write me these prescriptions. So I started dating this guy. His name was Gene Henry, and he was on medication too. We both did this medication together, and my life just kept on taking a turn for the worse. It would never stop. It only progressed. It only got worse because I was so addicted to it. So therefore, I'm finding these people that fit my agenda, is to get these pills because I can't think of anything else. So I started dating this guy, and he ends up holding me hostage. And so him, five of his family members, they hold me hostage for 3 hours and beat me so severely that I'm bruised from head to toe. I remember coming out from the other side. I remember crawling out of the house and wishing God had taken me. I wished he had taken me because of all of these pills that I was taking, and nothing would ever just let me free. So now, here I am climbing out of this house. I've been held hostage. I can't see left or right, and so let's talk about what these people do to you. So I call MHMRA to get me some help. No, nobody wants to help me. They come to my house, they bring me more medication, and I remember crying hysterical for months upon months, and they would just bring me such constricting medication that I became even more addicted, and ended up causing more crimes and more, just all of this stuff, and ended up going to jail, and just nothing could save me because I'm so addicted to all these things. It just won't, like, who in their right mind would do this? I mean, something, whenever I took this medication, it overtook me so bad, that the only thing all day, every day that I could think about was that. And then when you get in that inertia of these realm of people, and you start going to people for help, but all they do is medicate you even more and more for years. even if I were to get off of it for a week, they would give me another pill saying that I have these mental issues for this medication that actually caused and induced this. So then after, I date this guy, he holds me hostage, and, it just progresses, and I end up going to jail. And whenever I get out of jail, I get pregnant with my daughter, and so I get sober. This is kind of like what you would call like a dry drunk, but for pills, because, I don't drink. So this dry drunk stage, yes, I stayed sober for my daughter, and I was being a good mother and taking care of her and trying to do the best that I can, but I still have these patterns because I haven't fixed what was in me, and I'm kind of on the side of God, but I haven't really met him yet. I'm just trying to be good for my baby girl. And so now I'm with the daughter's father, and he is horrible. He's a drug addict too, and he beats me. He puts me under such mental pressure. He's also older than me, and he puts me under this mental pressure, this mental exclusion. He would like lock me into the house, and I'm believing that I deserve this stuff. So I end up taking pills again. So I end up taking pills again that I'm with him because it's too unbearable to bear the pain, and this has got such a stronghold on me that more than ever before. And and it's just crazy. I ended up believing him because the last time he put his hands on me, I remember that it was raining and he was dragging me through the mud, and I just couldn't bear it any longer, so I left. I left him for another guy that was kind of helping me get out of it, which was a little crazy too. He was a military man, and his brother was like an ex-sniper in the military. So I left Jason, the daughter's father, because I was so distraught after he tormented me trying to be a new mother, never doing this before, and him taking off, doing all this cocaine and stuff, and I just had it. I just broke. I broke so far and went so far off the deep end, like really far off the deep end. So I started dating this guy, and we're getting really bad into drugs. I'm taking so many pills. I'm on Medicaid. Medicaid is funding these pills. It's funding every bit of these pills that I've been taking all of these years that are allowing me to go to the doctor, knowing that I'm getting in trouble. And I would tell them that I'd have these problems internally with me from this car accident that I took, but this natural progression of the pain medication, and you can't think straight. How can anybody think straight while they're on that? If you ask anybody, if you look at the statistics on it, you look at the data, and you look at the persons that are incarcerated for these drugs that are being issued through Big Pharma, and the havoc that it's wreaking on our nation, you will see what it does to the mind. Let's just look at the printout of what it states would be the side effects and what are the causes for it. And I'm going to bring forth that collaborative data on this collective evolution and these greedy tyrants to show you what it's doing to people. So let's push this story a little bit further, and later on, whenever I create more videos, we're going to get a little more in depth of things that I've went through, processes that I went through, and the process and the procedures of healing abundance that's going to heal from past experiences to the future, which is not easy, and why we need to stop these medications that are coming through and what they are doing to people still this day so they can make money. So whenever I finally just snap, I end up, and I remember I'm 27 years old back in 2013, and I tell God that this is it. I've got everything coming down on me. There's nothing else. There's nobody to save me but him. So I say that I'm going to go to rehab because I'm about to lose everything. I'm about to lose my family. I'm about to lose my daughter. I'm about to lose everything in my path. And I've just had enough. I mean, I wanted to die. I've been through all of this already, that trauma from that car accident and the multiple traumas just building up to this just overwhelming, just bad, like, and you just can't stop it, because whenever you take this medication, you become possessed, which I would say is a possession by these demons, these demonic forces that had taken captive over me for all of these years. So I remember I'm 27 years old. It's February the 7th, 2013, and I remember God, Him taking my hand and walking me across the street to get into the ride to be able to be taken to rehab. So whenever I'm getting in this car, I just feel this overwhelming sense, and I say that this is it, God. This is it. I hand it all over to you, my Lord and Savior. I hand it all. But I still haven't met Him yet, but I know that He's there. But I hadn't met Him like this, because this spiritual experience of a lifetime will take somebody and know that you can't ever go back from your Maker. So He's taking my hand, and He's leading me, and He's taking me to Volunteers of America. This Volunteers of America was located off of 5630 Lavender Street in the ghetto. It was just crazy, and I get there, and I'm giving it all up. I am giving everything up. I am done. I am tired. I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I just can't take it anymore. I've lost everything. I'm at my wit's end. I got this baby girl that I love so much, that I need so much, and I need to be there for her. But all of this trauma was not able to let me process this stuff. Plus, I was held captive in bondage by these medications that all of these people, all of these years, just kept on doping me up and allowing me to go through this as if it was funny. So I go to the rehab, and when I go to this rehab, and I give it all to God. I give every bit and piece of me, because I am at the end of me. I have nothing left. I have not one thing left but only to trust in Him. I can't trust in anybody else, because they're just going to take me and do the same thing that they did. So whenever I get to this rehab, I am shaking. I am vomiting. I am detoxing, and I am on my deathbed, because I am so ill. I am so ill from all of these drugs that has poisoned my body for so these years, that I'm shaking in delirium tremors for weeks upon weeks and sweating, and it's only me and my Bible. I have nothing else but me and my Bible, when we're praying, and they're trying to detox me, and I'm praying, and to the point that even whenever I get off the detox medication, I'm still shaking in these tremors just for weeks upon weeks, and there's nobody who can save me. So I have the whole entire staff looking at me, telling me that nobody can help me, that not even the doctors can help me. There's nothing that I could do, and I'm just steadily praying. And I'm praying to my Maker like I have never prayed before, day and night, night and day. I'm praying to God like Abraham's praying to God. I'm praying so much that I prayed so much to God after these people are standing over me talking about, you should be dead, and laughing at me, the entire staff, everybody there, because I am just gone. And so God, He finally does. He parts the heavens, and He comes down from a high. Bolts of thunder and lightning and golf ball sizes of hell are coming down. These golf ball sizes of hell on a biblical proportion that's even stated in the Bible, which we can get into Bible context later if you want to see some of these commentaries that I've written but yet to be finished. So whenever the heavens are parted, the golf ball sizes of hell are coming down, and God came and He took a hold of me, and He took me out of a deep place. He had saved me. He restored my youth. He restored me whenever I was 27 years old, just like the woman in the Bible, a woman that was 27, that she spent 12 years in and out of the hospital. and with blood issues. Well, he did this. It was under extreme, intense stipulations that God had came down and saved me, that he was purifying me. He purified me in this blood. So I actually was bleeding and sweating out the blood. The biggest stigmata that a person could ever see. I was sweating out God's blood out of every pore of my body, and that's how he came down and he had saved me with these flashes of lightning and these bolts of lightning and the hailstorms and everything. And everybody stood over me. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. How can this be? You were supposed to be dead. So as these people that were once telling me that I should die, now I'm alive. You could see that I'm visibly alive. So what happened after this is, I was going to church. They said that, the preacher, I'd showed them, I'd actually got a candlestick from God that actually came from my hand. That's a whole nother story with the ashes from God. And so this candlestick actually went through my hand into this little tin can that I gave over to the pastor, which he hijacked it. They said that he was dead, but he's not dead in Volunteers America, because they shortly closed down after this. Because what would happen in these following months of what they did to me after I did get saved, like, I'm clearly alive, I'm beautiful. They said, how could she be restored? Once I looked like I was 40. And then they restored me to full youth. I was beautiful. I was glowing. It was glorious. I just bled the Lord's blood. One of the largest stigmatas that you could ever have. To be that close to the divine was very scary. So I went through Solomon's demons, the 72 demons of Solomon, that were just a very rigorous process. They were rolling over me, and these people were pure evil. The people, because if you're going to get that close to your maker, the Lord in heaven, and the heavens are going to part and it's going to come down, it's not just glory hallelujah. No, it's not glory hallelujah. This comes with a major price, because imagine what happened on the cross. Whenever that cross was taken up and Jesus was on that cross, and he was getting the whips and he was getting the lashes, the whips and the lashes, and they're beating him and they're putting stakes through his hand. So whenever we're thinking about, what really went on at that cross, and if you're really going to bear up that cross with Jesus, your maker, and the heavens are going to be parted, and he's going to come and save you and raise you up from the dead, once you were dead, it's going to come with a price. You're going to go through that darkness, because there was a lot of evil with these crowds that it just whew. So I felt all of this intense stuff, because I'm one with him. So I actually seen the 3 Marys that it came up in visions. I've seen so many visions and so many angels, and worked very close with apostles and stuff. The apostles even had showed up. So in this place of Volunteers America, they actually knew that I got saved, and I couldn't comprehend it at a time, because whenever you're going through something so spiritual and the heavens have been open and you're going through these demons, and I'm going through so many demons that they're shaking me around, like, everywhere that they would go, and they're shaking me to my core, because they don't want to let you make it. But I'm trusting God, and I'm praying, and I'm walking through the mud with Isaiah. So I'm meeting all of these, and I didn't realize how much God was refining me, but I'm walking through the mud of Isaiah, and he's telling me no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and I'm doing all these ritualistic things, and I'm putting oil over my head, and just everything, because I'm so close to these biblical proportions at this point that's created history on a biblical account. And it's just wild. It's just so much. It's so overwhelming. But also then they're trying to kill me. People in the staff are trying to kill me. They're sitting. So the people in the staff, since I've been saved, they know that I've been saved. They even had federal agents show up because I was saved to come and check me out, because this was so real, because they know that these encounters do happen. So these federal agents are watching me. They would actually transport me to the church. These federal agents would actually show up, and they would witness this. They bared witness to this. just as many did these days, because this was a miraculous sign. It was a miraculous wonder. And here I am. I'm scared. I'm alone. I'm vulnerable. I've got all these people, these different things coming against me. And it was hard for me to perceive doing all these drugs before. And now here comes my maker to save me. These people just told me they're going to kill me. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? But I knew that I trusted in God. I knew that I trusted in my Lord and Maker. Did you really go off? Oh, no, it didn't go off. So I knew that I trusted in him. I knew that I trusted in his divine nature and this divine revelation. I stood true to him, and all I would do is read my Bible day and night, night and day. And so now these people at the rehab, they're wanting me to take medication. And I'm saying, are you kidding me? Take medication? You're going to put a pill head on these medications? I just got saved. God saved me. My mind that was gone once before had been restored as new. I'm whole. And now you want to put me on medication, something that I'd been on for these 12 years that had plagued me? I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And they were threatening that if I didn't get on medication, that they were going to take my child away from me. They had a whole entire table that they put into the office and telling me if I didn't take this medication that they're going to call CPS on me and take my child, and I wasn't ever going to complete this successfully. So I had went to the MHMRA located in downtown Houston. And so another thing had happened whenever I went to the MHMRA. I went up to the psychiatrists that are typically known for writing medications, and I gave my testimony. I gave my testimony boldly, and nobody should listen to me, but I just kept on telling these people because they felt me so much. How I told them how God had saved me and everything that I just told you, that they believed it so much that they said, no, you don't need to be on medication, because they believed me, because the Spirit of God, this calling on me was so big. And so I leave and come back, and they're mad that I told them, no, then they're not going to do that. And I just kept on praying to God. I mean, what do you do when you just get saved? How does one perceive that, to have that close encounter? And it was extremely hard for me to understand what was going on, but I knew, I just got saved. And whenever you become brand new and you get saved, you're going to stick to what just saved you. You're not going to let go. And I doubt that you're going to perceive anything else, because the supernatural realm is a lot different than the realm that you had seen before, the realm of darkness. Once you're in the dark world, now you're seeing light, and you've seen the light, and you've had that touch, you've had that encounter. No, I'm not going to stop praising my God. I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about. So I am just preaching the word. He just saved me. I want to go tell everybody. I want to go testify to everybody about the wonders that he had just done for me. I was saved. What would you do? You wouldn't even have time to kind of perceive that. You would just go forth and you would preach his name. You would preach his word, and they were getting mad and they're threatening me. So and they're telling me I can't talk about God, and I just continuously talked about him, and everybody's coming against me, and I don't care. I'm just going to sit there and talk about my God all day, every day. That's what I told them. I'm going to testify. I'm going to churches. I'm letting everybody know how he saved me, and they just weren't having it. They tried to run me over with the car. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff to me. This place is so evil at this point. This place is pure evil. Everybody's coming against me. And so they send me there again. And so this time when I go see the psychiatrist, she wrote me a note stating that I didn't need medication. And I'm telling her like it is here, right here and now. So why is a psychiatrist, and this don't happen to everybody, because if you look in like the DSM-5 and you look at all these statistical data on mental health, why am I telling this person and she believes me so much about this encounter that I had with God? And to write me a note that I don't need medication, even though that I'd been on medication before, because my mind is sound. I'm not the crazy one. They're the crazy one trying to put me on this medication that I just got saved from. How dare you? How dare you? So here I am saved, and then I remember the first year, finally I end up leaving this place. I end up leaving this rehab because they just get so bad and evil and telling me all these crazy things. So I end up just leaving because I am good, because God saved me and I'm good. And I said, I'm not ever doing drugs again. And so that's what I've been doing for, the last 6-7 years now, that I've been clean and sober. I've just been going out and preaching the gospel for God and going out and helping heal others. I actually started a ministry that I've been ministering out of my car, and just going out and helping homeless populations, anybody that I can, following my passions, the passions of Christ, and helping other fellow spiritual people just as I am. But so what I'm getting to now is I just went to a church thing, and we're just praying, and I hear so many people praying in so many tongues after I've been out preaching the gospel. And this is like a 2-day women encounter, and they're speaking healing over my body. And now my hand from my car accident has broke open from all of these years ago, from that car accident that helped me. And this is now 7 years later, and I'm like, oh my goodness, God is healing me again. I know that he's healing me. I don't know what this is supposed to mean, but my hand that had broke from this drunk driver is now, this old wound is opened up. So I'm like, are you serious? So I still feel this pain, and I still feel this heartache, even though I'm going out and I'm healing all of these other people. And but as I heal others, God begins to heal me. Now I have this old wound opening up for me writing so much. So it's actually the last class that I'm taking here at Lone Star College, University Park. And whenever I had started taking this last class, I just came out of a very intense situation. Well, I had this one class left, and I had started an internship at a place called Unlimited Visions. This Unlimited Visions Aftercare, it was located in Pasadena, Texas. And so this is for me to be a licensed chemical dependency counselor, because now this is what my heart does. My heart bleeds to be able to help others, especially through my experience, and all the other people, and collaborate all of this and build upon it. Build upon what God's mercy did for me, so that I can give it back to others. And this is what I live day in and day out since the time God saved me, and I have not stopped. Not one time have I stopped. I've been true to my God, just as he was true to me on that day, like that day at Calvary, that he had pulled me up out of the depths. So I'm staying true to him, running a ministry, going to these classes to go and help others like me, because there are so many others, and I want to pull them out of the grips of addiction, because I know how to help them. So I get this internship at Unlimited Visions that I had just actually finished. And well, I didn't finish it, but this is where I was just at, because I was working the summer, and then I was going to start classes this fall. I thought I was going to be working, and I thought that I was going to be doing this last class while I was working. I was so happy to get this job, and comes to find out that these people are not exactly what I'm looking for. So what these people started doing to me. So I go in and I start working this internship, first time ever getting to counsel somebody, and I'm happy. I'm thinking like, yes, I'm finally here, God. I'm finally here. I'm here to serve you more. I'm building this momentum, and I'm building this, and I get to help people, and I'm so happy. And it's working with teenagers, and it's where my heart is at. And I love these clients so much, and I'm helping them overcome so many things, because I know what it's like. I know what I've been through, and I just love them. I have this overwhelming love, like my heart flowing through for these people, and I know what to do at the right time and say it, and I'm helping them. But the people in these places, they're not good. They're just the workers. They're the man, Mike Robinson, supposed to be training me, telling me that he's gonna kill me, and that I shouldn't be there. And I just can't even perceive it at this time. I'm like, I thought that I'm finally here to help people and do my true calling, to take them out so they don't have to suffer like I do. But here I am years later suffering. So whenever I'm in this place working and he's threatening to kill me, telling me that some things are going to get in my spirit and from him that I'm not going to like, and some things from that he's not going to like my spirit, and that he is racist and he doesn't like me, and do mind you that I'm the only white person there, and now they believe that they are treating me as if I was the only white person to put them in slavery, even though yet I've never put anybody into slavery. And they're stating that I should get whips and I should get lashes and be chastised. And so they're making my work really intense for me and very, very devastating for me. So whenever I'm into this place and I'm working, I'm trying to ignore it because I just started this new job after a week of working. I had to get a brand new car because every day that I'm going into training, my car's breaking down, and it's just so much going on, so much intense pressure. And so I'm like, well, I got to work through it. I got to handle my business. I got a daughter that counts on me. I'm doing so well. I've worked so hard. I've gave it every ounce of energy into this, my mind, body, and soul, every penny, every dime, every nickel, every ounce of everything that I had, all of my energy that I had put into going to school and putting into my ministry to serve God and help people on a larger spectrum. And so now these people are threatening to kill me. They're threatening to kill me. They are giving me so much work. They're completely after me. Nobody will help me. I'm brand new. They're making me sign all this paperwork that I don't even know what it's for. Screaming and yelling at me and treating me as if I had done something wrong. Yet I had never counseled before, and I actually got the documents to prove all of the stuff that they were doing to me on a large spectrum that they should not, and was actually is very illegal by the standards of the LCDC license and what they should be doing, and they should have been helping me, and they were doing a lot of malpractice. They only had like one PhD person there that was never on site to in trying to train LPCs with an LCDC, which is not a valid technique. And the people that worked there were actually sicker than the clients. So I'm working there. They're turning my AC vents, making all my paperwork blow. They're setting up my office. They're stealing my paperwork that I'm trying to work on, learning these new organization skills, and they're just completely doing anything and everything that they can do, on top of threatening to kill me, and just all forms of malice on all sides. And it's just hard for me to comprehend because I'm going on autopilot, like I must work. I got these clients at stake that I should do this, and I'm just wondering, why does it have to be this way? Why should anybody have to endure so much pain? So I'm working through this, and every day they're telling me this and just setting me up all the time, and just not giving me lunches, working me 16-hour days, putting on so much